in Las Vegas at the GCA show. After 2 years of hiatus, we're back in Vegas. World's largest cardboard trade show booth. Live here in Martinsville, Indiana. Live from Norwood Royal Cigars.
When you guys said, we want you to come on the show once a month, I was like, dude, this is it.
Happy afternoon here from cloudy Florida.
Happy afternoon.
Happy afternoon.
Presented by Kristoff Cigars, along with Hiram Solomon Cigars, and coming to you live from the Corona Cigar Company studios.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another podcast show this week. It's a little bit different, as you can see. We have Bob by himself this evening, and we also have in Bob's seat basically our groupie, the man who's been helping out Bob and Frank, Kenny. Anyway, welcome everybody. Hit the share button. Yep, hit the share button. Let's get everybody to know our two special guests this evening. We appreciate all the support, and we got a lot to talk about. We really do. It's a new company that I think is going to make headways in the industry. So we'll check them out shortly. And again, hit the share for all you newbies out there. Who are we? Well, I'm RnA Pecorini. This is Kyle Jesso.
Good evening.
The man by himself on the bottom, at least the way I see it.
On the bottom.
My brother. Bob.
How you doing, folks?
Bob was having a little bit of technical difficulty getting on, so he jumped on literally 30 seconds before we had to go on air.
Yeah, my computer just with all of its protection of passwords and everything, decided it wasn't going to allow me on.
It's doing its job.
So is he
doing its job? Yeah.
Is
so
he
now
the
I'm
real
on my
retired
phone.
Bob? Okay.
Oh yeah, he's retired already.
But is it the real retired Bob?
This is it.
Well,
You know,
according to the computer, he's an imposter.
he's an imposter Bob.
He's imposter.
And of course, the one and only, the Chooch Master himself, cousin Frank.
Hello.
One of these days, we're going to grab him down below and grab his voice just to come up a little bit.
How long can it go? How long can hello go?
Listen, hello can go as long as we want hello to go.
Well, how long can you go?
I'm not saying that answer. It could get me in trouble here.
Easy now.
You're always in trouble, Frank. Forget about it.
I know. Guys, what are you drinking? Bob, what are you drinking tonight?
I'm not drinking anything, surprisingly enough.
No way.
What?
Kenny, grab our bottle. I mean,
Wow.
guys, what are you drinking?
We have to celebrate to that.
Tonight's celebration time. We got the Four Roses small batch, guys.
Nice. Very nice.
With the Klassic Stix. I'm getting ready to smoke that cigar, and smoke it I will.
Yes, we will.
And we got a little bit of Rough Rider here, and we got Kentucky Owl. We have a choice. Whatever Kyle wants, he gets. We're doing okay. And we also have in studio our presidente of the Chicago Pipe Show, Mr. Tim Garrity, is sitting there and watching and smoking his pipe and enjoying his tobacco. He came up for a visit. So
how you doing, Tim?
No, Teresa stole his headphones, but
he says he's doing good.
He's shaking his head. He's giving you the finger, saying hello.
And we've got a bunch of our folks, and we've got Frank saying hello. We've got Christopher saying hello, everyone. We got Tim saying hello. We got Joey G.
We got
Four Roses, nice. We got
Chad. We got
Wait. They let Joey G back into the country?
They did. He went to Mexico.
Geez.
I thought they were going to extradite him back when he crossed the border to send him back to Mexico.
Well,
He can't come in.
But I saw pictures of him when he was coming through the Rio Grande River. He was sneaking back in.
Yeah, he definitely walked through the
They
river.
confiscated his passport. And those are the people on our side.
They didn't want him.
I thought I saw him. Yes, they had it on the news. I saw him. He was on a trail, and this is how he looked.
Oh, there you go.
Rio Grande. And that was him.
Or in Mexico, he's known as Joey Burro.
Joey Burro. Oh, they got a lot of names for him, boy. A lot of names for him. And he earns each and every single one of them every day. But welcome back, Joey. This is the real world here. Don't pretend that down there, that little vacation was paradise for you. This is real paradise, Chicagoland. That's where everything happens every day for you. That's every morning. WGN, how many dead? We could say it's really, you know,
it's
really,
between 20 and 40 people a night.
That's a good weekend night. Yeah.
Oh, weekends. Oh, weekends are different. It's like 60 or 70 on the weekends.
Anyway.
Let's talk about something a little bit more uplifting.
Stix, yeah. Let's talk about cigars.
I don't need
to the
talk
cigars.
about how many dead are in the streets of Chicago. I mean, let's move on to something more important. Let's go to our sponsors.
Frank, I'm sorry to interrupt. I thought I heard you talking about the dead on the streets of Chicago.
The Grateful Dead, but not so grateful. They're ungrateful dead.
All the dead people on the streets in Chicago. You know? I mean, after all, we just passed the weekend, right?
It's a tough city. It really is. But anyway,
let's get to our sponsors.
Hit the share button, everybody, and let's get ready for two amazing guests to come on and their cigars. Frank, take it away.
This industry is steeped in family and tradition. You know, there's generational stuff, and I see it over and over, and yet I didn't come from that. Being the outsider looking in, I got to ask all the silly questions, and people were very accepting to want to give me all the right answers. I'm very thankful for those people who kind of allowed me to come in. Now with Alec and Bradley in the business, to have our company become generational, that's pretty cool.
Welcome to GTO Dominican Cigars, a boutique cigar company that artfully blends and creates some of the finest handmade puros from the Cibao Valley in the Dominican Republic. We are fourth-generation manufacturers and growers of tobacco with over 140 years of experience, offering a variety of styles, blends, and strengths. Mild, medium plus, and full-bodied. We would truly consider it an honor for you to experience our cigars. Those who know smoke GTO.
Before you light your next cigar, be sure to check out Cigar Medics, the makers of the patent-approved humidimeter. The humidimeter is a tool designed to display the relative humidity inside your cigar. With this device, there's no more guessing. Simply insert the probes into the foot or cap of your cigar, and you can instantly know if your cigar is ready to be smoked. Buy now on cigarmedics.com and see site for other cigar accessories. With the humidimeter, you'll know when to hold them and know when to smoke them.
Years in the making, the Chief cigar was born, blended, boxed, and released to market on June 26, 2015. This cigar was developed by former fire chief, firefighter, cigar aficionado Ken Dorbecker, and has grown into a signature firehouse cigar line. All engines respond. Including, of course, the Chief, a Nicaraguan Habano blend, Proby, a Connecticut Shade blend, All Hands, a Maduro Mexican San Andreas box press, and the brand new Fire Pole, a beautifully crafted San Andreas Habano barber pole. Join the Chief family and make us part of your humidor. RnA Treasures, out of Tampa Bay, Florida. The last of a legacy. The last of an inventory of Thomas Cristiano in a warehouse where everything is aged and well kept for all your pipe and smoking needs.
Welcome back, everybody.
Hey, Kyle, did you see now that when it cuts to and from the spots that we bring in, there's a little dissolve that happens. It doesn't cut.
Nice.
New software here from StreamYard. Only the best for our viewers. Only the best. That's all I could tell you. But
Only
we have some great guests.
No strings cut.
No, let me tell you, I'm smoking this King here. Wow.
It's a very delicious
oh,
cigar.
oh my God.
Yeah.
We got to get these guys on because right now I might do things that No one needs to see on camera.
Wow.
That's it. Not in his lanai.
It's a good thing the camera lens cuts you off there. So
let's bring everybody in. Here we go.
Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely, absolutely. Wow.
Wow.
All right.
Two
How you
kings
guys
of
doing?
Classic Cigars.
Good.
We're doing great.
We're doing great. I mean, I just have to lead off real quick and said I did not know what to expect. Other than I'm looking at the band, I'm saying this is a beautiful band. I love the representation. I love the dark, oily wrapper. It looks like a nice Maduro of some sort. Maybe San Andreas, just guessing, not sure. But, or it might be a broadleaf. I'm not sure. But you have a sweet cap on this.
Yeah.
That's what caught my eye.
A little bit of stevia on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at you guys getting fancy right out the gate.
A little bit. Just to add a little something. It's like adding a little salt to the recipe. Just a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
We're not
Yeah.
kind of swishers or anything, but
No, they're not switches.
No.
No.
I mean, I'm not knocking them. You know, you can get what you can get, but I mean, I smoke them myself.
Yeah, everybody's got a different palate and enjoy different flavors for sure.
Yeah,
But welcome, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Everybody, if you're listening, I'm asking you, please hit your share button. Let's get these two guys around the world as fast as we can because
in 80
they got
days
a nice
or less.
product. Yeah, in 80 hours or less. Let's push it, man. Let's push it. Pedal to the metal, man. You know, let's make it happen. They deserve it. But to deserve it and get these people on your side, let's talk about what are these cigars all about? Where do they come from? How do you guys get in this industry? People want to know. So with this, go for it, man. It's your time.
Okay. Great. Well, I'm James Appling. I'm the CEO of Klassic Stix Cigars. And, you know, starting out, you guys produce, you know, your drinks, well, what you was drinking and so forth. So I want to produce mine.
Yes, please.
What I'm drinking the Basil Hayden.
Oh,
the dark rye. And
I love
it pairs extremely well with the Klassic Stix. I mean, either one of them, it just pairs extremely well. I was just surprised how the two go hand in hand. It's wonderful. I wish I could smoke a stick now, but I don't know if you guys can tell, I'm a little bit under the weather here, you know, so I'm just trying to make it happen. But I am drinking a little Basil Hayden, you know.
All right, good.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Good stuff.
Right.
So James, tell us how did this all start for you?
Well, you know, it was something that has been a dream of mine for the longest, and I'm gonna just be practically honest. I really didn't know how the go-abouts of doing so to try to get started. But you know, just doing a little homework, and you know, sat down one day and just kind of start putting things together. And next thing you know, here I had a whole list of page list of things to do and how to do it and so forth. So, you know, I just started putting it in motion. Now, how I became fascinated with cigars was through my grandfather. And as a kid, me and him used to jump in a pickup truck, and he would take me out to, you know, the countryside, you know, fishing, or to the watermelon patch or somewhere. And he was always smoking a cigar, always. And he always had the windows rolled up because back then they had walkie-talkies, you know, CPs. So he had one in his pickup truck.
Yeah.
And so in order to hear, he would always have his windows up. So I'm in there with all this smoke, and as he's talking on the walkie-talkie, you know, I just became fascinated with it. So when I became of age, I actually first had my cigar in San Diego, and if I do remember correctly, I think it was a Romeo and Juliet, and I was just blown away with it. I was just blown away with it. So here I am today. You know, I put everything together and created something that was very unique, different, than any other cigar that you ever smoked. It took a lot of time, for development to create all my cigars. And another unique thing about it is that all my cigars are named after family members. So the Classic King is a grandfather. I have a Classic Cecil, which is the grandfather I was telling you about. And I have a Classic Rose, which is my mother, and I have a Classic JD, which is my dad. But they're all phenomenal cigars, and people love them. People love them. We just trying to get them out there, and we're trying to get everybody to enjoy them, to get opportunity to smoke them. And I guarantee, when you do try a Classic Stix, you can't go wrong. You're gonna be like, oh man, I need another one. I'm willing to try the other one. I'm willing to, so it's different. It's different. It's a different cigar. It's in a class of its own.
Very true. I mean, like I said, I was very impressed right off the get. I didn't know what to expect, but it was a very great surprise, and I love being surprised.
Right.
Well, I hope that you're saving me a cigar, Frank, because I don't have one tonight.
Oh, well, you can't smoke anyway. You're not feeling well.
I'm smoking.
These the cigars, unrolled, they've been aging about 5 years, and then once rolled, I let them age for another year, a little bit over a year.
Wow!
And so it just turned out to be a fascinating cigar. I mean, from Candela leaf to Nicaraguan, Dominican, Habano. I mean, I really put a lot of work into it. We put a lot of work into this and to create what is known as Classic Stix, So
now, what time frame? So how long ago did you actually, say, okay, I'm going to start this, do all the paperwork, and then launch the first cigar? When did you receive that first box to say, I'm ready to sell this?
Probably about I want to say maybe about 7 months ago. About 7-8 months ago is when I received the first box. That actually, when I first smoked it, I was like, okay, this is it. This is the one. This is what we're looking for. Now, mind you, it took a lot of time because going back to the drawing board on this stuff was to get it right, you had to go back. You had to keep going back to the drawing board for it. And say, for example, the King, when we first created it, the King was very peppery. It was real peppery, and so peppery to where, your lips was kind of burning a little bit, so I had to go back to the drawing board and, but it's fascinating how these things are created. These cigars are created. So, we had to take some of the pepper out. And so now we was able to create a unique cigar, as you guys smoking now, as you guys can tell, was able to create a unique, phenomenal, smooth cigar, smooth all the way through the touch.
Right.
Yeah, it's smooth. It's smooth. I was the type of cigars, my cigars are the type of cigars to where I don't want anything to change the taste bud. I hate when guys pull on a cigar, they get halfway through and they spit. I hate that, and it's the reason why they spit is because the cigar becomes very strong, and they spit a lot. I hate that. The cigar is not enjoyable. Mine's are. Our cigars are very enjoyable. You can smoke it all the way through down to the tip, and it's just smooth all the way through, all the way through.
Well, it's got a good retro, that's for sure.
Yeah,
it is smooth, very nice. A great draw. It's burning really nice.
Yes.
Is the King your number one that you jumped on? Is this how you started?
Right.
All right. So, did you participate actually in going? Did you go to the factories yourself? Did you have a lot to say in picking and choosing your leaf, your binder, wrapper? Do you do all that yourself, or you got other people doing that and then bring it to you for for your approval?
Well, it was a little bit of both. I was able to pick out my own blends. Being new to the industry, I had to rely on some more experienced people.
Right.
But all the blends I picked out myself. No, I did not go to the factory, because the unique thing about this is that I created my cigars actually, during COVID. And, traveling was just out of the question at the time,
Right, COVID.
But I was fortunate enough to have some tobacco, meet an individual who had tobacco who, like I said, has been aging, for an extended period of time. And I was able to go in and just pick out my own blends and create, once again, one of the cigars that you guys are smoking now.
What may I ask you? What factory or who you're using to put this all together for you?
Belize Superior Goods.
Nice.
Belize Superior
Let me
Goods.
tell you, a beautiful cigar, burning like perfectly. I mean, no canoeing, no nonsense going on.
Nope.
Retro is beautiful, and the notes on the cigar, what I'm getting is it's very baking spice. So I list like nutmeg. Really, it's got that nice creaminess too. It's got a creaminess that's really special, which I love. So kudos to the king, because I'm going to enjoy smoking all of your cigars, because I'll be ordering them and I'm going to be searching them out brick and mortar, because ultimately we need you guys to be in brick and mortar stores, right? I mean, that's the goal here. You want to be out there.
Indeed.
Brick and mortar. How is that going? I know that's a tough job, and is is Devin in charge of that for you, or who's doing all the legwork? I mean, that's a lot of legwork.
Well,
I think it's a little bit of both,
we both are. We both are. We both are.
Devin, how did you come in part of this? How do you fit into the picture, Devin?
Right, we are two very different guys by appearance, and from like very different places, but I think our personalities are pretty similar and mesh really well. But we actually met through a friend, Lars Tietens, for anybody who's heard of him.
Lars. Oh, yeah, we know Lars.
Yep. Yeah. We met through him, and I had just gotten a little bit of money from a car accident.
Okay.
And I was talking to Lars one day, and I was telling him, like, man, I have a little bit of this money right now, but I don't want it to just sit in the bank because I'll spend it, or I don't, I want it to grow a little bit, to something cool to do with it that'll, in the end, make me a little bit more money. And he was like, oh man, I've got this guy, he's starting a cigar brand, and I'd like to introduce you to and see how you hit it off and go from there. And so that's how I hopped in. I think about the end of last year sometime, about this time last year maybe. And
nice.
Kind of been at it ever since.
Good. Good.
It's pretty interesting. Like when I was hanging out with James last, like we are two very different looking people from very different areas.
I couldn't tell. I don't see well, but I don't see that.
I think it's the hair. The hair gives you.
It's the hair.
It's the hair.
It's only the hair. That's all I could say.
Well, no, yeah, like that. Like I look very much California surfer, and he's very much like a dapper Southern gentleman. You should see this guy dress up. It's freaking phenomenal.
Yeah, I've seen some pictures of him dressed up. He's sharp. He's a sharp dresser.
But I think you give Howard G a run, Frank. I really do. I think
Howard, they're wearing dapper. I mean, they're not slouching around.
Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it. You're making me blush, man. You're making me blush.
I can't see that. Can you get closer to the camera, please? And Devin, if you grow your hair a little bit longer, we, Bob, myself, and Frank, we could use some.
Yeah, we could go.
I'm actually gonna go a little bit lower than the tattoo on my back, and then I'm gonna trim it.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Somewhere about the bottom of my shoulder blades.
So, Devin, how's your history in cigars? I mean, now that you jumped in it, but what kind of history, if any, did you have before you gave this fine gentleman all your money?
That's right.
Hey, not as glamorous as some people, certainly not as long as a lot of people, but so I want to say it was, geez, I don't remember. It was 5 years ago, 6 years ago, something like that. My girlfriend and I at the time were rolling joints in the bedroom, or going to, right? And we were like,
rolling
"Oh,
cigars,
no."
rolling cigars
Yeah,
in the bedroom.
We don't have any cigar paper, or not cigar papers, rolling papers. What are we gonna do? Well, crap, I guess we gotta go out and get some, right? But for whatever reason, nobody that day had them. So I saw this big sign on the side of the road, Lord Puffer, over in Escondido. It's about 15 minutes from me. And I did not read the last word on the sign that said tobacconist. Not that I would have known what that was at the time. So we walked in and we were asking the guy behind the counter, do you guys have any rolling papers? And then very quickly, I realized by the smell and just like looking around the shop, yeah, I'm not going to find that here.
Yeah, it wasn't a head shop. It wasn't a head shop. That's when they was hookahs. No,
I think Bamboo went out of business after Devin finished that one.
That's how it started, though. It's kind of a fun little short story to tell because a lot of people are like, oh, I grew up in the industry, or I know these famous cigar people or something. Well, I guess I do too, sort of. But that was before I met Lars and James. But it's just funny how some of us come into it, like all because of that little mistake that I didn't read on the sign. Here we are,
Right.
Wow.
Now you're smoking cigars. So did you give up marijuana for cigars, or you're still recreationally or medicinally?
I still dabble.
He's in California, guys. It's okay in California.
It's okay. I know.
I really got into smoking weed or cannabis, whatever you want to call it, more after a car accident that I was in that popped a couple of discs in my lower back.
Wow.
And then after I had a couple, steroid shots in my spine, the big epidural needle.
Oh, yeah.
Ouch. But I had reached my limit in that. And so I was like, well, it's a lot cheaper to just buy an ounce of cannabis than it is to go get a $1,500 shot in my spine every 6 months.
Right. You're right.
Makes sense. Absolutely.
So, I do partake still, of course, but tell you, like, because of that plant, I found another one.
That's right.
Yes. Yep.
There you go.
Another weed.
From one weed to another.
You're right. Yeah, it is all weed.
It's similar too to me. Like it's a wonderful thing how essentially the same plant can be so different when rolled by different people or grown by different people in both industries. Even
It's
like
21
beer and
hours.
wine is the same thing. You can give the same exact recipe, same equipment, everything to somebody, and it's going to be very, very different.
Right. And that's the beauty about tobacco.
Not only the rolling, but the
So now I'm
soils.
kind of on a mission to learn as much as I can and share the love.
So I'm kind of curious to like where the different blends and the names for the cigars came from, because now I see you've got the Rose, you've got the JD Barber Pole, which looks amazing, and then you got the Cecilia and then the King.
Cecil.
Cecil.
Sorry.
He just changed.
Kyleism, drink Kyleism. Everybody gets to
There we
drink.
go.
I don't think his grandpa
Grew up number one.
I took it from Ron. I've been sitting next to him too long.
It's a good thing.
In California, that's acceptable.
Well, we got 4 family members, and that's
four
an
different
honor.
blends.
The barber pole seems interesting.
Do you think the blends are reflective of the personalities of the folks in your family? Did you kind of choose certain blends because of the personality?
I did. I did, trying to come up with the names. Believe me, it was very difficult. Very difficult to try to come up with the names. And it just dawned down on me, I was actually smoking a Klassic Cecil, and it just kind of took me back to me being in the pickup truck with my grandfather. And as we made our way to the watermelon patches, fish and so forth, that same aroma, it smells better than a Romeo and Juliet. But it was just that same aroma that he was smoking, it was just like, and I was like, man, and it just dawned down on me. I said, this would be, a pretty good idea. So I took the names and passed it around to a couple of people. And, everybody was like, well, it's pretty unique. It's pretty unique. It's different. I like it. It's pretty unique. So the smoothness of it was, that's how I was able to come up with the names. And then the Classic Rose, which is named after my mother, the ladies love them. They love that petite because they say it's real sexy.
It's a fun cigar smoke.
Yeah, they love them, and we decided to make them 3 in a pack, and that alone was a eye catcher. It was like, oh, I get 3 for this particular price, and this is the Classic Rose here. And like I said, it comes straight in a pack, and they're petite.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
Beautiful. I love the way it's kind of triangular. It's like a triangle shape.
right. And they're individual smokes, but then once again they come through in the pack. We have 2 different sizes. We have a 5x30 and a 4. So it's 2 different sizes. This one here happens to be the most popular. Now, if it makes any sense, I made these for the ladies, but not necessarily for the ladies because I like smoking. When I don't have time to smoke a 60,
right,
or the 70 like I have in the Cecil and or 50 or so forth, I pull one of these out, and I'm good to go. These are actually a medium body cigar. The Classic Rose is a medium body cigar, but it's a different smooth smoke. And once again, the ladies love this. The guys will love these as well because it's just phenomenal. It's very unique.
Would that be a good coffee morning cigar to
Indeed. Most definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
So guys, we got a lot of people asking where they can get your cigars, because we have people now who want to order. They want to know about sample packs that I think you kind of just mentioned, but also they want to know what sizes are the barber pole and where can we get those cigars. So we got a lot of people asking, guys. So let's promote. Oh, there's Billy. All right, Billy, there you go. Our Long Island guy.
Go ahead, Devin.
Oh, I was just commenting on his profile photo.
Yeah, he's a scary dude, but super nice. We love the guy. He's a New Yorker.
One shop on South Street in Philly. Oh, there's a random shop up in like Maine or Rhode Island that somebody we knew sold a box up there, or some boxes. And
anything in New York or Michigan? I get a lot of people, or North Carolina. Anything from
not
there?
Quite yet. I was on the phone with some people in Detroit today. NOSB Cigars. He's like a little cigar seller, and he is a host for events. And then I was talking to, I think it was La Casa Detroit.
Okay.
So working on that. James is currently handling Atlanta. I'm out in San Diego helping out my mom while she's doing her thing.
Right. We got someone from Houston. Anything in Houston? That's Anthony James.
Yep. Anything in Texas area? No.
No, not yet. I'm actually planning on going to San Antonio next year in January. So Houston will be the next on the list after San Antonio. Guys, one thing about this here, is that we know we have an excellent product. We know we have a good product. We definitely know this. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. It takes a lot of hard work. You would think it would be easy because of the type of product that we have, but it's not. It takes a lot of hard work to try to really try to get our cigars out there.
Right.
So we just asking people to just be patient with us, and they will be near you, and you will be able to enjoy a Classic Stix cigar. But just be patient. We're coming. We're really trying to push this thing. We really are pushing this thing, man. And we're gonna have them out there. We want these cigars to be worldwide.
All right. So can they order the cigars directly from you guys?
Yeah.
Correct.
Here you go.
They can.
And how do they get it? Everybody get ready, because we're getting this question a lot. So the audience wants to know how they can order directly from you guys.
Well, it's a couple of ways. Go ahead, Devin. You go ahead and let it be known.
I was just going to tell them about zcigar.com. So if you go to the website or just zcigar.com, you can go over there. I actually have a discount code for that website should anybody
give us the discount code. Let everybody know, because I can tell you now, and I see a lot of people that I know order, and they really do support our guests. So you might be surprised that these Earthlings might just order something.
Do you have a website?
The code is just Devin20.
Devin20 at zcigar.com.
Yeah, but if you go to the website, there's a button on the page that says Find Classic Stix. I still need to make a page listing all of the shops we're in exactly, but that takes you directly to zcigar.com.
Perfect.
So you can get them there online, and then we're working with trying to get into one of the big houses out in Pennsylvania right now as well. But anybody in Atlanta, James knows those shops better than I do.
Yeah.
But also, if people shoot us messages, I think I have it set up on Facebook, but website, anywhere. Let us know where you want to see us, and we'll start talking to people for you.
Well, I got two things for you guys. Both of you can pay attention. There's, for marketing purposes, there's a company called Cigar Box Marketing. Ask for Kafie, and I guarantee you she can help you get the word out. The other thing, James, you're going down to Texas. The crew, all of us are going to be in Texas at this point, we believe, January 14th for the grand opening of the new Hearsay Cigar Bar Lounge at the old Texas Stadium. What's the place called?
Choctaw Stadium.
Choctaw Stadium.
What?
Yeah, well, you heard it. So, with all seriousness, if you can, we have our co-host Jerah is going to be the general manager there, and the three of us are already smoking it, and we can tell a little bit about, tell her about getting you in there. That's going to be it's the only cigar lounge in Arlington, Texas.
Yes.
It's going to be 12,000 square feet rooftop location in the stadium. So
well, it's not going to be just a lounge either. It's going to be a
restaurant.
like 5-star restaurant,
Like
eatery, live event music. Yeah.
What's that?
Okay. Well, most definitely, with that information, definitely shoot it to me. And I definitely, make my way down there to Arlington on, I believe you said the 14th.
We're going to be there for the grand opening, so we would love to introduce you to Jerah and the mayor himself, Jim Ross, a friend of ours. He's the mayor and the actual owner of the location. So I think we have a little in for you, just a little.
Okay, all right, great, and just
better than no foot.
Just give a little insight on where to find these cigars. Here in Atlanta, I'm gonna have them at a couple places. One being King Cigar Lounge. Another is Stanley's Cigar Lounge, and another is Patio Cigar Lounge. Soon to be at a Sear Cigar Lounge. So that's what I'm kind of working on right there. And if you like, you can contact me personally. I guess it's okay to give my number out. It's
okay.
Yeah,
555-5555.
It's up to you. These guys are going to call you at midnight and 3 a.m.
Yeah. This audience are crazy. These bastards are out of their minds.
Yeah, I'm up for it. I'm definitely up for it. That's as long as it's business, I'm definitely up for it. So you can get in contact with me personally, and we can work some things out as well. I can definitely sing you some cigars as well. And my number is 404-997-1757. And
One more time, nice and slow. Get everybody. And no, it's not 867-5309. That is not the Jenny name. So give that number again.
All right. So it's once again is 404-997-1757. And that's for me, James Appling. That's my personal number. You can contact me, and we can definitely talk and make something happen. I can definitely ship them out to you. And we can make something happen. Whenever you're in Atlanta, visit those spots that I mentioned: King Cigar Lounge, Patio Cigar Lounge, a Sear Cigar Lounge, Stanley's Cigar Lounge. The list goes on. But definitely be patient with us as well. And like I said, we're coming to you. We definitely going to have them to you, and you're gonna be surprised. One day you're gonna wake up, you're gonna walk in, you're gonna say, "Oh, I heard about these cigars," and now they're here. So
Klassic Stix.
Klassic Stix is coming. It's coming. That Klassic Stix is definitely coming to you.
So, folks, hold your questions. Because it's it's Bruce time. Bruce has to go to the bathroom.
I just wanted to say something really quick because, when you're in Atlanta, what better lounge but to have a king at the King Lounge? There.
Yes. You guys need to check out. It's right by the airport. King Lounge is right by the airport, man. It's nice, lovely. All the lounges that I mentioned are phenomenal, man. Good vibe, good atmosphere. You're definitely gonna love it, man.
Beautiful. Awesome. Well, let's hold on. Let's from here, folks. Line up your questions because we're going to take a station break so Bruce can go take a break, and we'll be right back. Frank, take it away.
At Norwood Royal Cigars, we have the biggest walk-in humidor in the Midwest. Our 1,500 square foot humidor is home to almost 4,000 different cigars that will meet the need of any cigar enthusiast. We have boutique blends to the more traditional selections and everything in between. From the novice beginner to the aficionado, the knowledgeable staff at NRC will find the perfect cigar for you. Located on the northwest side of Chicago, we want to be your shop for all your cigar wants and needs. As always, at Norwood Royal Cigars, light it, smoke it, love it.
Experience the magic of Rockefeller Cigars today. With 11 years steeped in tradition, passion, and mystery of the leaf, Rockefeller has a cigar just for you. Be like the greatest magicians and make Rockefeller Cigars appear in your lineup with any of our 4 lines: the Nicaraguan, the Dominican Blue, the Vintage Gold, and our new LE, the Art of Magic.
Cigar in the Bottle is 2 palate-pleasing gifts in one. A specially blended Grand Pommier XS VSOP Cognac is elegantly contained in patented numbered bottles. Winner of back-to-back-to-back medals at the LA Spirits Awards, Cigar in the Bottle inventor Forbidden Johnny teams up with Vartan and Hendrik Kellner for this custom-blended Vartan Reserva cigar, well-preserved in a hand-blown glass chamber featuring Boveda 2-way humidification.
It all begins at the very first climate-controlled Rodriguez Olivan cigar factory located in the Dominican Republic. Our 2 major brands include Don Olivan, which are boutique cigars suited for that individual who takes great pride in something unique. BAMF is our armed forces cigars designed for that badass mother effer. Not only are you smoking a great premium cigar, a percentage of the proceeds is donated to our heroic men and women in uniform.
Oh,
And we're back.
Oh, thank God. Bruce almost missed.
Well,
Yeah.
well, if he missed, he's got to clean it up. So
I wanted to have a shout out to actually the Cigar Heritage Festival, which we just attended in Ybor City last weekend. Fantastic venue for you to think about attending and setting up a tent there, to have a stand there, because I think you'll have great success. I think what we're looking at, this is the second cigar boom. And I think this is the cigar boom that will stay, meaning that we've now introduced cigars to so many new people. More and more people are getting involved in cigar smoking than ever before. More women, more African Americans are enjoying this part of passion, because you know why? It is about family, right? When you smoke the cigar or any cigar, it always brings you back to that common ground of family, love, passion. And
you can only see this at a cigar lounge where it is a CEO of a company, a Fortune 500 company, having a stick next to a garbage collector, next to, middle management guy.
Exactly.
I mean,
So
there are
level
no
playing
titles
field.
when you're smoking a cigar.
No
titles.
Exactly. I can definitely dig, fellas. You're actually absolutely right. Cigars, man, is like a neutral type thing where it just draws everybody together. You forget about all your problems and so forth. And I think that's why cigar lounges were created. Back in the day, you get off from the hustle and bustle. Loosen your necktie, you go and you just have that moment to where you can unwind a nice cocktail along with a nice cigar. You can't beat it, and it's like almost like being on the golf course. It's almost like going out fishing. It's just that relaxed. To me, it's more relaxed than because you don't have to work so hard. You just sit and just enjoy the smoke and drink, and your mind just become free, and all your worries, you just like, okay, you know what, I'm at peace. I'm thinking about, whatever, so it's like,
you meet good people and you have wonderful, you meet new friends,
fellowship,
great company, and it's always about the leaf. It brings you back to the leaf. And no matter what you said, Kyle, it don't matter what you've done in life or who you are, what you're affiliated with, you just become one big community.
Right.
And it really is.
Right.
And you guys are considered boutique cigars.
Yeah.
And like Frank said, this is the actual second big boom since the 90s, to say. But in the 90s, when Frank and my brother and I jumped into New York, when we had the big boom, those cigars were rushed. They were not done. And those are really all the big boys. Very, very limited boutique guys. So all the big guys were pushing stuff out before their time. They weren't aged properly.
Well, that's because the audiences now and the smokers nowadays are more educated.
Absolutely.
The effect of the internet.
And the competition, they didn't have many competition back then. So you couldn't really compare it to anything else. You rush it, and they were like, well, hell, they wouldn't know. As long as it's a cigar, as long as you can fire it up and smoke it. So you really couldn't compare it to anything else. But now there's so many out there, and everybody's doing things differently with their cigars, such as Klassic Stix. We definitely did. I was totally different than any other cigar. That's what makes ours so phenomenal and so unique. I mean, as you guys smoking, it gives off an even burn.
It
gives off an even burn. Yeah. Oh yeah. So it took time. It took major time to develop. I mean, because believe me, if it was rushed, if it was cheap tobacco and so forth, you guys would still be lighting. You as we talk, and you guys would be lighting and trying to get it even burn. And we
would have had James. What we would have done? We would have had technical problems. The show would have ended real early.
Right.
But you have to put out quality cigars right
You
now,
have
more
to.
than ever,
You
because
have
there's
to.
over 350 small boutique companies out there.
Mhm.
And it seems like a lot, but it's not. But you're also in a competition knowing that if you put out a bad stick, that smoker is going to find another company, another boutique cigar,
Oh yeah.
and they're
Oh yeah.
going right away.
Oh yeah. Without a
wi-
doubt.
yeah,
Without a
and
doubt.
it's sad because everybody, I think we talked about this on the show, you might have a bad stick or you think it's a bad stick because time of day, what you ate, what you're drinking, how long that cigar really sat in your humidor or it didn't, if it traveled and you didn't cook it again. That one bad cigar, unfortunately, some people, not everybody, an educated consumer is going to know, all right, I'm going to try this cigar a little later, or I'll give it another shot, because again, you don't know what your taste buds happening at the moment.
Exactly.
But you gotta put a consistent smoke out there to give yourself a chance in a very big field of boutique cigars.
Exactly.
And it's not easy. It's not easy out
No,
there.
it's not. It's definitely not. It's definitely not easy. But our main objective is to, even though we're boutique, considered as a boutique cigar, our main objective is to, in years to come, is to rise above just being a boutique cigar.
Yeah, but it's nothing wrong with a boutique, though. Don't get the word
No,
boutique.
no. It's really nothing wrong with it. It's
Yeah.
really nothing wrong with it. But we're trying to become elite. We're trying because as you guys well know, once again, we're in the class of our own as far as our cigars, as none no other. So, we want to make a real big stamp on the cigar industry is what I mean. You're right. There's nothing wrong with boutique cigars. Nothing wrong with it at all. Boutique cigars they got great cigars. They have some great cigars as boutique cigars. Hell, ours is great. We're boutique. But we just want to make a major stamp on the cigar industry to where, I could call Devin and say, Devin, look here, man, we got tickets. We've been invited to this cigar event. We've been invited to that cigar event. We've been invited. Hey, man, we are on the road, man. We're rolling. We're rolling.
Well, I think we can do that for you, honestly.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say that we are probably the Boutique Cigar Association media, the podcast. We promote more boutique cigars than anything else. And we are the official Boutique Cigar Association podcast show. So you really are at the right place at the right time. And we can definitely guide you to help get boots on the ground for you, get your cigars in as many cigar lounges and brick and mortar. And you see a lot of people, I don't know if you guys are watching, but we have a tremendous bunch of steady followers who really, I guess they trust our taste buds. And if we're saying that this is a good smoke, I believe you're going to have a lot of people order, or they're going to be looking for you guys in the near future to be around them. And that's what we do here. I mean, a lot of the other shows, they are either just one company or they're for the big boys.
Right.
We are for you guys.
Thank you.
And I'm telling you, you got a good thing going here, right?
Hey, listen, it's always, I like to equate it. The proof is in the pudding, right? So this is how you want to smoke a cigar till it burns your fingertip. And the great thing about this, I can hold it at the I'm holding it and it doesn't burn hot.
Exactly.
This is what you want.
Exactly. That's exactly how we created this thing, man. Smooth to the touch, and even burn all the way down, and something that does not change your taste buds, something that you can enjoy all the way down till you just get tired of it. Exactly.
Like how is the business on that little nub?
Yeah, I mean, the great part of this stick is it takes you on a journey, and
there you go.
Cigar will always do that for you.
There you go.
It brings you down a road, and I don't like a straight road. It's like driving the highway. Nobody wants to just sit on a highway for 8 hours.
But see,
drive the countryside.
But see, that's when I was telling you. That's when I was telling you. When I was with my grandfather, just driving down the dirt road, going to a watermelon patch, or just going fishing. it brings back that. And whenever I smoke these cigars, it brings that back to where, you know, I'm just like, you know, I'm just peace. I'm at peace, and I'm just looking at a big pond, a big lake, or, you know, watermelon patch, or just, you know, some old town, you know, in the country, you know, that we just, and he got him in his shirt pocket, cigars in his shirt pocket, and he always had one in his mouth.
Yep.
You know, and
Great memories.
Yeah,
Great
man.
memories.
I mean, you know, and I miss him because I know he definitely would be so proud, man. I mean, you know, I miss him big time. I miss all my family members, you know, and it's just, you know, I mean, man, he introduced me to it. He actually introduced me to the cigars because I was phenomenal. You know, a lot of people back then when I grew up, cigarettes was the thing. You know, cigarettes was the cool thing. So everybody smoking cigarettes, you know. But I wasn't a cigarette fan. I just couldn't stand that smoke. But when it came with me and him, he would just come and pick me up from my mom's house, and we go. I'm the oldest grandchild out of all, so you know he would just take me, and me and my grandfather we go. He takes me places, and he would always have that cigar, and he would always have that walkie-talkie, you know. And he was known as the Hoochie Coochie Man. That was his handle, the Hoochie Coochie Man. And he'd be talking and smoking cigar, and then windows rolled up, and I'm in there. You know, so I fell in love with it. I definitely fell in love with it, and that stuck with me all the way till I was able to really smoke and really enjoy a cigar, you know what it was. And like I say, I think the Romeo and Juliet was my first in San Diego back in, I want to say 89, 90, you know, when I was in San Diego, military. I was in the military in San Diego.
Well, thank you for your service.
Appreciate it. Shout out to all my military family, man. You know, everybody, all ranks, and you know, shout out to them, man. You know, definitely hit me up. You know, we give you a discount. Military personnel, you just give me, we give you a discount on that. You know. You know, so yeah.
And our Jerah, who we're talking about, who's going to be opening up Hearsay. She's in the Texas State Guard right now, and she just made corporal. So
wow, great, great.
Yeah. So you do have that military connection, and you know, I could tell you, Grandpa Cecil's with you right now, and he is so proud of you, man.
Thank you.
He is watching you, and couldn't be prouder.
He's just wondering why you keep your windows rolled up. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
And I think Dan wants to know is why a barber pole? What's the pole for me here doing?
That barber pole is interesting, though. I kind of want to get to that because the types of wrappers you're using are interesting. I'd like to get to what wrappers you're using in the barber, because you got two different ones. You got the 6x50, and then you got the 5x50.
Right.
And the design on the 5x50 is amazing.
Yeah, it's definitely different.
It's a fun little cigar.
It's definitely, it has that Candela.
Yes.
Tobacco, and you know, it's kind of, for me, it's kind of grassy, but it's like a very enjoyable grassy smoke.
Like
sweet. Yeah, it's like a sweet, grassy type smoke. I love it. I love it. And it does not smoke like a mild cigar. It's somewhere between, if it makes any sense, like a mild leading to a medium. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just a complete mild cigar. It's like it leads to a medium. You know, it starts from the middle of a mild and leads more towards a medium, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, I think the King starts off at a mild plus, I'll call it. And then it's medium, and then it's medium plus as we go through the cigar. And like I said, there's that creaminess, and I'm smoking my finger right now, and I'm enjoying that. Because, you know, I don't want to put this cigar out. I don't want to leave it alone because, you know, I think I'm going to miss something. But no, that's a great testament to the folks who are rolling these cigars, who are producing these cigars for you, because, again, quality means everything.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
You could tell that your heart and passion are in this cigar.
Without a doubt.
You know, your grandfather is with every cigar that you put out. Because,
oh yeah.
No doubt he's saying to himself, look what I did. My grandson, he's out there in my honor, and that's something to really be proud of. Our grandfather smoked cigars, and he didn't smoke any Romeo and Juliets. I can tell you that. He smoked Dutch Masters, every bad cigar you can imagine. He was like, but he had 2 or 3 in his pocket all the time.
All the time.
Yeah. Yes.
And when he was gardening, he had tomato plants and things, and he had his cigar in his mouth. And I always remember him with a cigar, and in that enjoyment, he always had a smile on his face.
All the time. Oh yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Yeah.
He's a World War I vet, and I tell you, in the 60s, it was his runaway from our grandmother to go to the garden and smoke his cigar. I mean, and your honor to your family. Kudos.
Yeah, appreciate it.
You put your family above everything, and to honor them with the leaves. It's just spectacular.
Appreciate it. And see, those type of shirts were very popular back then with the pocket. And because my grandfather had the same thing, shirt with the pocket, and he would have 3 cigars in there, and same thing. When he would run away from my grandmother, he was like, man, he jump in the car or the truck, and either one, and he just leave. He just whichever one he can find, and whenever he gets in that type of situation, whichever keys he can find first, he would jump in and go.
He said, James, get in the car. Get in there and roll up the windows.
Right, roll up the windows. Yeah, I wouldn't change those moments and times for anything, man. I mean, those are precious to me, man. I mean, my uncles, which are his sons, it was like, man, no telling where Daddy had you, because I can name off some places and things, and they were like, man, don't tell him where Daddy had you. I said, well, man, I remember he turned off, we turn off on the dirt road and be, and don't tell him where Daddy had you. He said, he never took me down through. I said, well, hey, I'm just, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, listen, one thing about grandchildren is you get a little preferential treatment.
You do,
unlike your uncles.
You do.
You got preferential treatment.
But I wouldn't change it for the world, man. I love it. I wouldn't change. I wouldn't change it for the world. I wish I was able to introduce my son to such things. Because a lot of those things are, really don't exist anymore. A lot of the ponds and lakes are dried up. Not enough fish in them, and things are different now.
Oh, absolutely. And, but you always have your memory, and you always will have that grandfather smell around him. And again, you honored him and the rest of your family, which is a beautiful thing. And we have, being part of the BCA, family is so important to that.
Indeed it is.
And,
Indeed it is.
Yeah. We're definitely,
the world doesn't move without family, man. Family moves the world.
Absolutely.
Yeah, indeed.
Well, hold your thoughts,
but
guys.
I got kind of like almost like an idea for you.
And
exclusive.
It could be like a limited edition that you might could try, because you do your roses, the petites, and the 3-pack. Now, what if you did those three cigars in a traditional Coribra, in the twisted? That might be something to think about. Do like a limited.
You might have something there. You might definitely have something there. I'm taking that into consideration.
You see that his head is growing.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that into consideration. That's a great idea. What do you think about that, Devin?
No, that sounds fun to me. I love that little cigar, because to me, when I smoke it, I might sound a little crazy, but to me, it's like pancakes made from scratch with real maple syrup on it.
Okay.
It's not like super sweet, but it's got those flavors and aromas to it to me. And Dude, give me a couple of those. Let me take a walk down the street.
And make sure you go
I
to
need
a
to go walk the
tobacconist.
dog real quick.
Well, one thing about it is that I just want to make known that none of my cigars are flavored. The rose is not even flavored, even though it's catered to the ladies. It's not It's not a flavor. It's not like your Tatianas and your Hypnotics and stuff like that. It's not flavored. It's not flavored. It's our acid. Yeah, but it's a true cigar. I think when ladies who smoke Tatianas and all that other crazy stuff, this is more like you graduating to the next level.
Yeah,
exactly. This is considered as a true cigar. And so when you try this and you like it, which I know you will, you have graduated to the next level. So you now are a official cigar smoker when you smoke the rose. The ladies that love that smoke those type of cigars. When you try the rose and you like it, which once again I know you will, you have officially graduated to that next level of a true, authentic cigar smoker.
Yeah.
Well, we can tell you one thing: the ladies probably have a better palate than the men.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And you know what? They're not into the mild anymore. They are smoking some serious cigars. They are. You can promote that to the ladies, but I'm telling you, I have a real good feeling they're going to love the Classic and the King here big time.
Yeah.
So you definitely have something going on here. Like I said, we can certainly help you on that. But let's hold off right now because it's that time to go to our sponsors. And when we come back, folks, we got to get ready for the favorite segment of the show of Smoke the Chooch.
And just for you guys there, so everyone understands, and for the new listeners, the Chooch is basically an Italian name for our mascot. And this is him. Now, the jackass or chooch is the hardest working animal out there. Am I right, James? That is the workhorse. You don't see
that's the workhorse
pulling a plow.
Yeah, that's the workhorse.
That's the workhorse. So when we come back, folks, I'm going to be trying to stump everybody here with some questions about history. And then for a lucky member of our audience who guesses that special question, what can they expect from our wonderful guests here as some kind of sampler or something that you guys want to give away to one of our audience members? Something. You guys tell us.
Yeah. You figure it out. Maybe we'll come back with a 5-pack, 3-pack or something.
Yeah.
We'll throw that out to folks.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Go to our sponsors, Frank. We'll be right back and hit the share button, everyone.
You got it.
Howard G Cigars is a dynamic new cigar brand grown from a love for cigar culture and a respect for the artisanship behind the craft. We are a minority-owned family business based in Orlando, Florida. Our current collection delivers 3 exclusive lines: Black Moses, Magic Stick, All Pro Series, featuring Leon Searcy's signature cigar and Ike Taylor's one-of-a-kind.
You got the one-of-a-kind rankings. They got me at 89. I'm cool with that.
We are focused on evolving as a dynamic brand and bringing you new flavor-filled blends that you'll enjoy and want to share. Visit our website at www.howardgcigars.com. You can find a full list of our retail partners there too. Thank you for making us part of your humidor. DAV Cigars out of New York. Decades of experience combined with true love and deep understanding of cigars result in the highest of standard of each DAV hand-rolled cigar.
This is Phil Morgan, General Manager of Missouri Meerschaum Corncob Pipes in Washington, Missouri. Our mission since 1869 has been to produce great smoking pipes that anyone can afford. We guarantee our pipes won't be your most expensive, but they just might be the ones you smoke the most. At Missouri Meerschaum Company, we don't just sell our corncob pipes. We grow them, make them, and smoke them. Missouri Meerschaum, Washington, Missouri, since 1869.
Loyalty, passion, courage. These are the founding principles of K by Karen Berger Cigars. The Maduro, the Habano, and the newly rated 93 by Cigar Journal Connecticut. Do yourself a favor and check out this wonderful line of cigars that come from a completely linear company from seed to your hands. Blue Smoke Atlanta is the vision of Robin Blue, founder and CEO, and represents an award-winning luxury smoking accessory line based in Atlanta and sold worldwide. Since 2019, Blue Smoke Atlanta's goal was to redefine traditional smoking accessories into a timeless collection of exquisitely handcrafted luxury products to include cigar pokers, cannabis clips, jewelry, and other awesome things. For an elevated smoking experience, visit us at www.bluesmokeatl.com.
At Mountain Smoke Premium Tobacco, we specialize solely in the finest hand-rolled, craft, and boutique cigars on the market. Mountain Smoke Premium Tobacco is sure to have something that will excite you. Shop our online humidor at www.mountainsmokewv.com.
And
All right.
we're back.
Time for trivia, boys.
Here you go,
Time
Bruce.
for some trivia. So, guys, please feel free to answer any of my questions here, and they're based in history. So, if you guys have a good running knowledge of history,
But to be fair, Frank picks history from like the 1800s and like when nobody was alive. So
thus
Google's for.
Thus the name history. History wasn't just yesterday, folks. I mean, history did happen in the 1800s, early 1900s. So, on this date in history, in 1978, mark this. This was the first dollar that was ultimately rejected by consumers because it was too much of the size of a quarter. What was the dollar?
Susan B. Anthony.
Susan B. Anthony. Bob got that. Bob, you're a winner.
Yeah.
Finally a winner.
Finally he's a winner.
One of those in the backseat of a car once. I'm sad.
You found one?
No, I lost it. I got one from like my uncle or something, and I just remember one day it slipping down behind the seat and never got found.
At least by your uncle.
Yeah. Exactly.
I left a gift for the Easter Bunny in that car.
There you go.
So I'm going to bring it up a few years. 2012. On this date in history, the United States actually implemented a new law for television ads. What was this law? For television advertisement in 2012, a new law imposed.
Tobacco.
No,
Tobacco and alcohol.
It was a good guess. It was a good guess.
That was
Actually,
done earlier than that.
It was the volume law. You remember
The
that?
volume.
Yes,
Had
yes.
to be so higher. You know, you turn on your TV, you have to crank up the TV for everything else. The ads came on, they blew you away.
Yeah, okay.
So they had to adjust the volume.
Yes.
And the paid company, they gave the advertisers a year to make that work.
Dude, that's like when you click on the wrong link on the internet and it's just blasting.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like your YouTube ad, you're like, oh no. Turn it down.
Well, this happened in 2007. In 2007, the Mitchell Report was put out. What was the Mitchell Report about? 2007. And it actually went to the Commissioner of Baseball. That's a hint.
Steroids?
There you go.
Oh,
It had to
there you go, Kenny.
He actually named 89 Major League Baseball players who are alleged to have used steroids.
Mark McGuire.
Yeah, Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa.
Wasn't
Barry
Jose
Bonds.
Canseco a big part of that?
Canseco was part of that.
He was the first, really. He started it all.
Yeah.
Yep. See, you learn something new every day. Every day.
That's what I always tell people. Always be learning.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
And Frank's always teaching us something.
I'm always teaching these guys something because Lord knows they could use it. You know.
Oh, man.
Just saying.
Exercise those brains.
I have a question. Here, man. Has anybody ever seen? We was talking about mules. What we said, mules or donkeys earlier.
Yeah. Or the workhorse.
The workhorse. Have you ever seen a baby mule or a baby donkey?
I have not.
Ronnie. Yeah, we call him our baby donkey.
That's when I saw Frank in the crib when he was born.
But seriously, have you ever seen one?
No.
Have you ever seen a baby pigeon?
No.
But I always wondered where does a donkey and a mule where they come from? I've never seen a baby.
Baby ones.
Well, it comes out of something like this. And then as it comes out, it pops up, and then you got their head.
Oh, man. That's an image we didn't need to see.
Where does a donkey come
Ronnie's remembering that. We have video of Ronnie being born, and that's exactly how it happened.
Look, I saw Bob, and I said, I'm going back.
But I have seen a baby pigeon. I mean, I've seen a baby pigeon before. Dead. I've seen a baby pigeon dead, ran over, by some equipment and stuff. But I've never seen a baby donkey or a baby mule, and I always wondered where they come from. I mean,
they're always full grown.
We can talk about this off the show.
Yeah.
I got pictures for you.
They're, like you say, they're always full grown and they're always working. So I'm like, where they come from?
It's like the Matrix, man. It's just like the Matrix. They
We can talk about how it's done.
Exactly.
With Jerry Seinfeld. Where does a baby donkey come from?
Exactly. I've got one more question for you guys, and then we're going to have our question for our audience, and then you guys can reveal what they may get for answering. So one more for you guys. So this is a good one. 7 prisoners escape from John Connolly Unit Maximum Security State Prison in this state, and they were known as the Texas 7. Why were they indicted?
That sounds like well before my time.
This is in 2000. 2000.
Oh, I was busy surfing.
You were well, the answer is not surfing. They weren't surfing. That wasn't the reason why. But why were they actually indicted? And then they escaped, but then they got them. So they actually were indicted for shooting and murdering a police officer, and they all escaped. 7 of them. Can you imagine, out of a maximum security prison, 7
like escaping Alcatraz or something?
I know, right?
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty amazing. I'm like, wow.
They escaped to Colorado.
They escaped to Colorado. Wow.
And at Colorado High, they're still rolling bamboo paper there.
So what prison was it? I mean, what part of Texas was it?
They were in Kennedy, near Kennedy, Texas. Yep.
Kennedy, Texas.
Kennedy, Texas.
The
So,
only unit lockup.
Yep. So
amazing.
Now
Inside job.
It was an inside. I had to.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
For 7 guys to escape. It's kind of like the Great Escape. Okay, for the audience, Kyle, are you ready with our music? Because I like to give
Always.
And of course, it's time to play Smoke the Chooch. And it's sponsored by our friend David Blanco and the 9 Chooch. So here's the question. Dubbed Grand Frère, this exceedingly rare bottle of cognac was sold at auction in 2020. What is it called? The Grand Frère.
Grand Frère. Wow. That's a good one, Frank.
We're drinking bourbon tonight, guys.
Yeah.
So this is a bourbon question for all those bourbon.
Well, it's not. Well, cognac is not bourbon, so.
Yeah, well, I know. Cognac.
Frank
We're
is
drinking something.
Yeah, he's drinking his Four Roses, all right.
Yeah. Well, it was an early night for Frank.
Exactly.
Yeah, nope. True. Okay.
Yeah.
I like the questions. These are great.
Brian,
The answer
overpriced.
overpriced. Next answer is Hennessy Paratus. No, Larry. Nice guess though.
Nice one. Nice
Good
guess.
Michael says Ian J. No, that's wrong. Joe always answers with some kind of
a resident chooch.
Chooch cognac. No, there wasn't the cognac back then, guys. It wasn't called the Chooch cognac. No, it's not a winning answer. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Jason says Gautier.
Could that be the
answer? As Ronnie likes to say, could that be the answer?
Jason Lawrence.
1762, folks. 1762.
How
much
did
it go for? It went for over, I don't know, $200,000.
If you say
I
so.
would
Sure,
love just to have a whiff.
If he knows
of
the
it,
answer, ask him how much it went for.
I bet it'd be a wonderful sniff. Yes, absolutely.
I'll take a sniffer.
Well, congratulations, Jason.
right.
Definitely PM
So
us your
are
address.
those?
Yeah, send us your address and we'll get it down to the guys here, and you'll receive your cigars. Thank you so much. Thanks for playing there. I hope you had a good time. Oh, Larry Frank has a price tag on it. He's saying
150,000.
Wow.
150K. I was close. I was close.
Yeah. And Jason says, yes, I drink and know things. Well, you certainly drank the right answer tonight.
James, he goes, Classic Stix rock.
Yeah.
And
All right.
they absolutely do.
What's happening, Jason?
So is he a friend of yours? Is he
he actually goes on the I'm So Stupid show with
Lars.
Lars.
Okay.
Lars,
he's not that stupid.
No,
no, he's not.
That stupid.
No.
He is not the chooch tonight.
Fairly
Lars is a hell of a guy, man. I mean, he's a one of a kind. He's a one of a kind dude, man. I mean, this dude is in a class of his own. It's just an honor and a privilege to know this cat. I mean, like I say, I never met anybody as such as Lars. Lars is just phenomenal dude, man. I mean, if you had the opportunity to sit down and talk with him and smoke, I mean, this guy is he's phenomenal. I mean, he knows this shit. He knows cigars,
Shoot the shit with the guy, man.
He's a cool cat, as we say. He's a hell of a cool cat. You dig?
And one hell of a musician too.
Yeah,
he makes incredible
indeed.
spices, lots of spices.
Yeah. He's all around cat, man. He's an all around cat, man. I mean, with everything from painting to leather bags and cigars and spices and the whole nine. Lars is phenomenal dude, man.
And he's like, I don't know. He's a magnet for women. He has a lot of women around him all the time.
Wait a minute, Ronnie. Did you say a maggot?
Maggot. He said maggot.
Maggot. I mean,
magnet.
I heard maggot.
You heard what you want to hear. Ignore the guy from the south, will you, please? He's drank 4 roses. He can't hear right tonight. Kenny, do me a favor. Smack him inside his head a little bit, will you? Wake him up. Anyway,
Yeah,
hey guys.
He's definitely a cool cat, man. He's definitely a cool cat. You know, it's no job, man. This dude is phenomenal.
Yeah.
He's phenomenal, man. I love this guy, man. I love this guy. You know, he's a exceptional cat. You know, he's one of the cats that you would definitely love to have on your team. You dig? You know?
Yes.
Well, as Jason say, he's a Wonka of cigars. So yeah, he's been around the industry for a while for sure.
Yes.
But
indeed.
anyway, guys, we want to thank you for coming on, and we are so excited for your smokes because they were absolutely tremendous. And if you want to stay for the after show, we can give you a little more information to try to get your cigars out there. I think we can help you with that. But thank you so much. Thank you for the gift that we can get to Jason. And, one more time, you want to give your phone number and where people can get your cigars.
Yeah, most definitely. Once again, my personal number. I'm James Appling, the CEO of Klassic Stix. 404-997-1757. Hit me up and let's make a deal, man. Let's work it out, and I can definitely ship them off to you. Klassic Stix Cigars, one of a kind, in the class of his own. Too sweet to be sour. Indeed.
Yes.
Very good. Very good. Well, guys, thanks again. Appreciate what you did. Hope you had a wonderful time. I know we did.
Man.
And we're excited to know your cigar line. We'll talk to you after the show here. And for all of us, to all of you listeners out there, thank you so much for the support. Thank you very much for making this show enjoyable. Joey G, your answers always are quality, I guess you want to say.
And don't forget to tune in next week. We're going to have our end of season show, our Christmas party, as you will, and we'll be holding up for a big old herf. And
we got a herf. We got a lot of our listeners.
We'll be going strong next week, so definitely tune in next week. This is going to be for our audience. This is a show dedicated to you guys, our loyal little choochers, as we'll call you, going around.
Smoking choochers. Yes, indeed. So we'll have a bunch of our wonderful listeners on, and it was kind of a year-end wrap-up. And we're going to get to you a lot of information that's going to happen in 2023. So join us. And a lot of those guys on the side that you see those names are going to be on. Yeah. So have a great time, everybody. Have a wonderful week. Thank you all. Take care. Keep them lit.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Many of the cigar brands that we make, they're antique, historic cigar brands. They've been made on and off for about 100 years. When you're smoking Toscano, you're smoking 206 years of history.
The Italians are here.
We're here. We're in the house. For some reason, we're finding a lot of Italians on this show.
Listen, I'm a Jersey guy.
Hey,
so,
we won't hold that against you.
We invented this we want to give people the opportunity to smoke the cigar at the optimal level.
The Chooch cigar.
Can you believe it? The Blanco 9 Chooch.
¿Cómo va? ¿Está bien?
¿Qué dice? ¿Cómo está?
Finally, I can answer the question. Anything new?
Yeah.
And we have some cool new stuff from Olivan.
This is a passion for me. It's not a job.
Your love and passion for this is,
I love it.
unbelievable.
That's why we can make pipes out of this variety of corn.
11 years ago, I went back. I bought the rights to everything La Polina.
Sure, it's family.
And restarted the brand again as a tribute to my grandfather.
It's nice because you get to see a lot of your friends. You got to remember, I've been doing this for 30 years, so a lot of these people are like family.
Build a platform where we could celebrate boutique cigars.
Leave Starlight House blend for one store in Pennsylvania.
Wow.
Join forces of pipe tobacco and
superheroes.
I always look forward to the Super Bowl events, and I always looked at the trade show as just one of those things.
We're not just selling cigars. We try to live our lives, and we use this as a means to share our stories and to really create community.
Hold on, man. Wow, man, you got me.
Tell my brothers to line them up. We'll drink that whiskey from those old dirty cups. We'll toast to the present, the future, and the past. This This ain't my first drink, but I sure it ain't my last. 'Cause this world is so beautiful. I see its love come shining through. This world is so beautiful. I see its love come shining.